Hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. On the ADA chart, yeah, it's currently bleeding. As long as it's not bleeding out, everything is still okay. But we're going to take a look at that also on the smaller time frame. And looking at the bigger picture here, I mean, this is the 4-hour time frame for anybody who's new on the channel. Currently, I'm watching for a bullish trend continuation to the upside after we had a 5-wave rally into the March 2024 highs. It is only a diagonal, again, can't be trusted until we have some evidence that this wave 2 support holds, okay? But we can give the bulls the benefit of the doubt here because we have a 5-wave move up. We have a very clear level where probabilities start to shift. That's the 29-cent level. Anything here, you know, from this time frame, perspective of this time frame, anything that happens in the yellow zone is really just noise. So we have to be very mindful that, of course, there are fluctuations. For the last few months, nothing happened really. It's just moving sideways, and finally we get a little bit of movement. So you can see at the moment the market is coming down, which finally means that we get ideally that last low. And we need a break to the upside to indicate that a 3rd wave rally has started. If the 3rd wave starts from here, it should send the price to $2.50 or even higher. Now that is a potential only, okay? That's potential only. That's not mean, it doesn't mean it will happen. It means it should happen, but also we first of all need an established low in place. For the last few months, I've been highlighting to you that we have no low in place, or at least no confirmed low, and we still need to be open to the idea of another low, because any reaction to those swing lows here in our range that started on the 13th of April, all these reactions were simply corrective. 3-wave structures to the upside, and that just does not confirm a low in place. Yeah. So let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. I think just before we do that, very important to highlight below 29 cents. I don't really have anything clearly bullish left. I mean, we could still explore the idea of a so-called 1-2 setup. These are typically the best setups in an Elliott wave structure. Generally, okay, what is worth knowing about that as well is that context is of course key. So for example, a stock like Amazon with years and years of uptrend history gives you a better 1-2 setup if the 1-2 setup is in line with the overall trend than an altcoin like ADA, where, you know, we really have a very short chart history, like generally in the altcoin sector, which is why they are more risky, right? But still we can use the method to identify tendencies and relevant invalidation points and structures. So looking here at the ADA chart, this wave 2 really should stop below above 29 cents, and the 3rd wave rally should start, because any break below 29 cents will put us into no man's land. That is the space between the last ideal support for a wave 2. So below that level, in simple words, it means I can't really justify anymore that this is a wave 2. I would have to assume we're going to break, but it's not broken yet. Okay, so I often say that 9 of 10, you could say 9 of 10 setups break typically eventually if the price is broken and sustained below the 78.6 retracement, which again here is the 29-cent level. But it's not done it, okay? It's not invalidated. So the invalidation point is then down here around 22 cents, just below that. So there's a difference between this in-between space, between invalidation and the last reliable support, and actual invalidation. Sometimes people mix that up. I try to make that clearer and clearer with the red invalidation line these days. But yeah, that's basically the idea. Now let's take a look at the 1-hour time frame, and here on the 1-hour chart, what we can see is that this sideways range has finally started to break, yeah, and the price is broken to the downside. We were at a point where we said, look, I don't really care if it's going up or down. We just want a break of this structure because it's just so boring and there's no progress at all. Now we see a break to the downside, and it's following the idea that the triangle finished here, an Elliott wave triangle in a 4th wave around the 7th of June. And as long as the price stays now below that 49-cent level, which is the E wave high, it's the end point of the triangle, the wave count to the downside is valid. And the 5th wave should be unfolding. wave 5 of C of 2. It has space technically all the way down to 29 cents. It's just that below 29 cents, again, there's nothing bullish left really. And there are additional levels to watch here between 38 cents and 36. So the 36 cent level is the next key support level. It's a 50% retracement level. No, it's a 61.8 retracement level of the initial wave 1 to the upside, which topped in March. So obviously after an initial 5-wave move up, this entire 5-wave move is typically getting corrected. And there would be our wave 2 here. And the golden ratio level is one of the most relevant Fibonacci retracement levels, one of the most relevant Fibonacci ratios generally, but so the golden ratio, I heard that before many times. So therefore, I'm watching for potential reaction there. It would be ideal, I did say that before, it would be ideal if the price could really form a lower low below the 13th of April low. It just needs one more low, maybe one more low, because then I could really formally count that as new low. At the moment, it's a double bottom. Okay, so therefore the orange count is only the alternative. So the orange count, wave 2 already bottomed. I don't believe that, especially not with that strong retracement. And it would just be ideal to get that one more low. And then all of this can really be counted as part of a wave 5 of C of 2. And we can attempt another rally in a proper impulse, because anything that happened after the 13th of April was just corrective. So there was no impulse at all. Yeah, that was the update about ADA. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.